All right, if you can hear Brent Musburger in the background talking about the Seattle Supersonics just now winning the NBA championship. They're doing the Sonics presentation for the trophy probably, but maybe you recognize this guy right here. Maybe, maybe not. He's behind the scene guys in Save Our Sonics, the web guy, everything that happened online as far as the commerce, promoting that organization. Tim McConnell. Call him West Seattle Tim. Tim, what's up, man? We're glad you're down here at Floyd's place for the 3rd annual Seattle Sonics 79 championship celebration. WeTheFans.com started the Sonics Missing in Action campaign in 08. Just came to the conclusion they're missing in action, and then by the time June 09 came around, realized it was the first year that the Sonics were missing in action, that the 79 championship came back to be, the anniversary came around to be celebrated. So we started these celebrations here at Floyd's Place then. Been doing it ever since, man. Glad to run into you, finally meet you, man. What you got to tell Sonics fans out there? I'm going to put on Facebook in a minute.
It's just tough, man, watching stuff like this. It just keeps bringing it back, and being part of Save Our Sonics for that last stretch, and being at the Dallas game for that whole Kevin Durant arm raising, getting everyone a chance to Save Our Sonics, and after that game, just bawling my eyes out in the hallway with the lady that sat behind us. I had season tickets for 15 years, and I didn't even know her name, but I just knew who she was, and we both, after the game, just kind of broke down, started crying and hugging, and just stood there in the hallway waiting for my buddy that sat in front of us to come out of the bathroom, and he looks at me and he goes, "You all right?" I'm like, nope. As much hope as I wanted to have, I just knew that was it, man. My Mavericks tickets are still up on the wall, the last game the Sonics ever played, and it's just depressing to watch that young team, as little NBA as I've watched since they've left. I just know they're going to be good and just keep getting better. So I just hope this is all the grassroots stuff that's happening now is the start of something to get us back in the good graces. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not sure I would go yet. I'm still that bitter. But for everyone else that really cares and really wants NBA back, I'd be more than happy to help support that program. So.
How close, let me ask you this, man, how close are you, Tim, to having your ear to the ground on what's been going on recently as far as the new developments?
The Green and Gold.
Right, specifically the Green and Gold Community Coalition.
Yeah, I've been, I think I was number 7 to join that group when it popped up on Facebook. So again, I don't look for it, but I keep up on what's happening. I really would like to have a team back here and give me the option to go back and support the NBA if I choose to. At this point, I don't with all the current things. But no, and if it gives us the opportunity to get an NHL, I'd be behind that as well.
Well, that's where I was going next, because in my estimation as a Sonics fan, as much as I want the Sonics back here, I do believe that it's a matter of not putting the cart before the horse, and the horse, as far as I'm concerned, is the NHL.
There's teams out there for the picking now. You just look, Atlanta's moving to Winnipeg. The Coyotes are still up for sale. I think the NHL owns them now, if I'm not mistaken. And as much as it would suck to do that to someone else, like what was done to us, it's like the Sonic situation taught us it's a business, man. No matter how much you want to think that the team and everyone gives a crap about you as a fan, it's just a business. So, yeah, I think getting an NHL team here first, building an NHL quality arena. Basketball fits in NHL a lot better than NHL fits in basketball, as we found out with the Key. So
well, going on to the Key and back to Save Our Sonics, do you remember when Brian Robinson, founder of Save Our Sonics, was on with Dory Monson talking about moving components of Seattle Center around to be able to enlarge the footprint of Key Arena there? Is that still possible, you think?
I don't know. I think if anything was to happen, I think the city would have to somehow, I don't know about donate the land to a private use to be able to refurbish that. to make it big enough to fit NHL, because I know in its current state there's no way you're getting NHL in there. They'd have to blow it up for a second time, I think. I don't know. Maybe something on where Memorial Stadium is. I remember hearing that tossed around.
Talking about taking that down and making it a parking lot or something.
Well, I want to turn that into the mixed-use facility for NHL and NBA. I mean, as much as that stadium's cool for a lot of things, it's on its way down. So I don't know. The Seattle Center, I think, would still be my primary choice for whatever comes around.
Yeah.
Because I mean, being around here now, I mean, this place is dead at night on Queen Anne. It's depressing. We go to Jalisco's before every game. I don't think I've been to Jalisco's since. And that's no knock on Jalisco.
No,
it's just what this does. You know what you know, the whole "it brings zero economic value" statement from Nick Licata is just, it's laughable. I don't spend money on Queen Anne like I used to because I don't live in Queen Anne. I live in West Seattle. I spend my money in West Seattle now. If there was something here on Queen Anne to come out to, sure. And you look at the concerts too.
Yeah.
The Keys a pile of junk, man. Everyone goes to Everett or Kent or somewhere else because the facilities are better. So until we do something with the Key, that thing's just going to be a drag on the economy of the citizens of Seattle. So why not spend the money and make it better? Make it for a mixed use. Hey, maybe we get teams back too. So.
Well, like I said, man, I'm glad you came down. This is a deal, you know, at Sonics Gate. They're the Sonics Historical Preservation Society. I kind of feel that the Sonics MIA campaign is a part of that. That's why we started doing this back in '09, as I mentioned, just as a way of saying, you know, this is the Sonics history that not only is proud the Sonics fan, but proud the citizens, residents of the city of Seattle, probably the state. And as I'm really, one more thing, man, I want to know, when you're talking about the history of the Sonics that really started with that '79 championship, what do you think about the way that OK Corral Crew is trying to slowly but surely pull that history and not only them trying to envelope into theirs, but then it seems like ESPN is also complicit in that, even as much as they last year were putting the Sonic Gate guys on ESPN and outside the lines and supporting the, you know, backing what they were talking about. Now they seem complicit from the standpoint of, you know, as the old saying goes, you know, public enemy, don't believe the hype. ESPN's creating hype by putting out these different things. Well, this is the first time they've been to the, you know, linking that history as far as the playoffs go and whatnot.
My theory on that is if you change the name of the team, you don't get to keep any of the history of the team.
Right.
The Jazz moved from New Orleans to Utah. They're still the Jazz.
Right.
That's still the same team. You get to keep the history. The city changes, but the team name doesn't. I think you should keep the history. But if you eradicate all ties with that former team, you shouldn't get to keep the history of that team as well. I think that, you know, all the teams that have moved, that have kept the name of the team, you get to keep that history. The team name is what the history follows, not the franchise itself. So once they became the Thunder, anything Sonics related, they don't get. Either they keep Sonics and keep the history, or they take Thunder and start fresh. But you don't get to you don't get to have it both ways. It's just I don't know. It just makes a mess of the whole system.
It is.
So I think the history stays. Either the history stays in the city, or it goes with the team if the team keeps the name. But you can't have it both ways. They can't pretend they're a new franchise and then keep another franchise's history. To me, it's ridiculous.
Man, any last shout outs or rants or anything you want to throw on there as we going out?
Nah, just say to my wife, sorry honey, every year they made the announcement of the team leaving on her birthday.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's just one of those things. Every July 2nd, I can celebrate my wife's birthday and then feel sad that they announced the Sonics are leaving town.
And as you mentioned that date, how ironic is it that here we are on June 1st celebrating the Game 5 championship that was June 1st, '79, and on July 2nd.
the team leaving, within a month.
That's West Seattle Tim. appreciate you, man,
Hey,
sitting
no
in with
problem, man.
us.
Thanks for keeping it
right
us
on.
going, and thanks to Jason and Adam for
Yeah,
continuing
of
to
course.
push this thing
No doubt.
forward and
Yeah.
keep it on the forefront so people like me can jump in and out but still try to be a part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, Roger that, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem,
We'll be back.
Thanks, man.